Lurda, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lurda? Oh nah, you're broken. Welcome back, my fellow duplicants. Today we've got a little bit more oxygen not included. So in the last episode here, we were able to get our base up and running quickly, and we have a fair amount of different automation things that we've already done here. But now I'm going to kind of flip the script a little bit here, and we're going to start working on the modded side, just to kind of see how the startup, or so we see the first 20 cycles or so will differ from, vanilla versus modded. I think this will be pretty cool. So what we're going to do here is just start digging over here to the left and start working on this side. Now, the biggest difference I'm going to have over here is all the ways that we kind of move around is probably going to be the biggest one, besides kind of some of the equipment that we will be using as well. One mod that I'm really quite interested in using here is the stairs mod. So this is under the same unlock that we have for the fire pole and the temperature shift plate right there. So I'm going to go ahead and research that, but what I'm really looking for is the stairs, because I'm going to more or less go up and down over here on the left, where we kind of go to get to our building and whatnot, using those stairs. Looks like we're doing a good job down here. We've got a lot of carbon dioxide coming off the coal generator and the wood burner. I think the wood burner actually makes a fair bit more carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide 170 grams per second. Oh yeah. Yeah, if I can use the coal generator, I think that would be a better idea. I'm going to go ahead and disable the wood burner for now, because it looks like I might be building up a little bit too much carbon dioxide. However, that might be a great way to actually produce oxygen in the long run here. If we use the oxyferns to convert the carbon dioxide into oxygen, yeah, that's a good idea. There we go, Meep, starting to work on the modded side. Excellent. I'm just doing a little bit of digging over here to make sure that these oxyferns are getting to the carbon dioxide. So, same thing with this one down here. Just make sure I dig that stuff out. Hey, there we go. Research complete. Awesome. Ooh, what do we want? Do we want a new dupe? Or what is this? I have no idea what that is. Oh, these are both new here. Spore lamp seed? Well, that sounds cool. Let's try that out. What is it, a little flower pot thing? Yeah, there we go. Spore lamp seed. Temperature range from 5 to 88 degrees Celsius. Atmosphere, polluted oxygen, carbon dioxide, everything except for oxygen. Okay. All right, we were able to just about clear out this water. I'm just going to go ahead and move it down just a little bit. Looks like we have lots and lots of polluted water stored up here, so we should be good on oxygen for a long time. But I do need to move the pitcher pump down. There we go. And here goes in our very first piece of modded equipment. Some stairs. That'll be cool. Also under construction here is some granite wooden airflow tiles. Looks like you can build stairs up pretty easy and just kind of dig straight up. That's pretty cool. Makes it pretty easy to make a tunnel doing something like that. Although it does require copper ore and something like granite, so it's kind of expensive for like a very brand new building, you know? Lurda, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lurda? Oh nah, you're broken. No, come on, you can do it. Oh, can't figure out how to get up there, huh? Huh. What? Dupes? Dupes? There we go. See, now you got it figured out. I wonder why they were so confused. Oh no, you're confused again. Oh no, now I've done it. I don't see anything good coming from this. Yeah, they're all stuck. It seems like it works well going one direction, but maybe not so much going back and forth. Maybe if I put scaffolding on each landing there, then they might be able to figure it out. So scaffolding here is, well, it's about what it sounds like. It's a bit like how we use ladders over here, except for it's not ladders. Nope. I still have a very confused dupes. All right, yeah, switchback on the stairs is not working. Darn it. That's all right, I'll just make a big ramp up here to where we kind of do all of this number and then kind of go, I don't know, go from there. So scaffolding here, that's going to be useful for digging this stuff out. It's a lot like a ladder, except for you can build it over buildings. It's about the only difference there. So I can use this for a lot of construction, matter of fact. Now these dupes just really have a hard time going upstairs after a certain amount. Huh, they get up to like right there. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess I won't be able to use stairs like I thought I was going to be able to use them. So, I'll just have to get rid of them. Goodbye, dupes. But I can't put any sort of normal ladder over there, so I need a plan B. There we have it. Decorative wooden ladder. Perfect. Researching the critical things. Alright, so while that's being worked on, let's go back over here and take a look at our vanilla side. I've been able to kind of dig this stuff out and build it up to where we're at right now. And it's looking pretty good. Except for we are a little short on food, so hopefully we start harvesting this stuff up. Although it's probably about time I start a little hatch ranch. There we go. I decided to build a little bit of a rec room up here. Oh, hey, look at that. Nice little morale bonus. Cool, so you'll be able to go in here to your mess hall, go through your park, visit the rec room. Real nice. So now, right over here, I should have like a little washroom. Unfortunately, we're low on water again, so I'm going to have to come on over here and dig up a little bit more. Doop, 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 doop. Oh no. Who let the shine bug into the bedroom? Go away, shine bug. We don't want you in here. I'm going to go ahead and disable the algae terrariums here for a little bit because I think I have more than enough polluted water down there. Yeah, I got a lot. Pip, what are you eating? There we go. A bit more water. That'll be good for our micromusher and our research up here. Ooh, buddy buds. Awesome. Yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Let's uproot kind of this bluff bear and all that stuff. We don't want that. We want buddy buds. Fill this base with nice floral scents. Extra morale bonus. You know what's up. Let's take a look at our skills. Probably have a few here. Meep, you can go ahead and... You're doing a lot of building, so go ahead and do some building stuff. Ada likes to supply. There you go. Advanced carry 2. No problem. Lurda's gonna get even smarter. Look at that, all the way up to astronomy already. Telasar, I think you are just going to actually... I think you're gonna get smarter right off the bat here. I think that's a good way to go. And Bacon Lord, absolutely. Critter ranching. So that means I should probably build a ranch over here, even though I'm not even... I was supposed to focus on this side. But hey, I'm still waiting for the ladders. Come on, Lurda, you can do it. Just a little bit more research. I also got a lot of debris hanging around the map here. Probably should work on cleaning some of that up. Although I think I have a better idea of how I'm going to do it. My goal here is to actually just have all of this drop down through the floor at some point. Or maybe I'd just use a sweepy bot. I could probably use a sweepy bot. Alright, so I'm deconstructing this little temporary barracks down here. We don't need that anymore. What we're going to do instead is just have barracks right up here, which is obviously close to everything else. So now you get the idea. You can kind of come in here, you can eat, go through the park. Ooh, where we should have our Buddy Bud seeds. Yes, right there. And then you have your little recreation hall where you kind of hang out. And then you go up to sleep right there. And then, once I get it, I will have kind of a spot where you can do a washroom right here. So a neat little living quarters. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and find that. Alright, so that's just under sanitation. Surprised I haven't unlocked that one already. But, you know what we unlocked now? Fancy ladders. There they are, the wooden ladders. So this takes wood, obviously lumber, and some granite, because these are very fancy. I'm going to go ahead and build that up right here. So this is kind of close to the mirror building that I'm building, which is all made of the modded equipment over here. And then you'll see we have scaffolding to go out and kind of do all the work, as compared to building a bunch of ladders like this. Let's take a look at the germ overlay. Ooh, yeah, look at all that floral scents. My dupe should be super happy. What's their morale? Look at that, 10, 12, not bad. They're a fair bit higher than where they're at. Alright, awesome. We've unlocked the lavatory, so we can go ahead and build that. And we should have the sink as well. Ha! And one shower. Boom. We're all set. Now I just have to rework the doors so that you can only go one direction through here. Let's throw a little granite sculpting block in there too. Real nice. But we don't have any artists. Uh-oh. Telasar, is that going to be you? No, you're going to get some more strength. There you go. Well, in order to make the lavatory and all that work, I am going to need to clean the water. So that means I need distillation. But we can look over here, we can actually see how the modded setup actually works a little bit differently, in that we have scaffolding here, which allows us to really just kind of reach all over the place. Maybe not a huge amount, but it is a little bit different. Yeah, just like that, we already have the research done. I'm working on bringing all of this water right down here, letting it flow right down here into this spot. And then inside of here, I'm gonna make a liquid tank. Ha! You know what, I'm actually going to do the same thing here. I'm going to deconstruct this airflow tile, and then if I mine my way right up here, I should be able to release this water. And then that should flow all the way down here into this spot. Hopefully. What do you think, Meep? Is it gonna work? And look at that! It's working. Perfect. And then I'll just come in here and I can mop all of this stuff up. Eventually. Alright, so now I've got the water sieve. So I can go ahead and kind of bring this in. Probably right around here is a good spot for it. There's going to be a fair amount of automation that comes into this area to kind of move the filtration material in and out. And there's also going to be more than just one shower and bathroom and all that stuff here, so just kind of need to keep digging up. Alright, Meep, you're digging on over here. This looks pretty good. Look at all that water flowing down there. Just dig that out like so. Let the water flow. And we'll have a tank right down here. Ooh, we've got some obsidian down here. Look at that. At least in this base, it's not hot, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, looks like I'm going to lose my little shine bug here, so I'm going to go put a little lamp right there, just to keep all of my wild flowers growing. I know it seems so weird just to have like random little flowers all over the place, but we can eat them, so it's a good strategy to keep them alive. However, this one, I want it to be automated so that it's not on while my dupe is trying to sleep. So I'm going to put this on a timer, because this little shine bug here is just about to go away. We do have a large base now, so I'm going to go ahead and enable proximity. That should help with the travel times. I was getting the long commutes warning over here, so hopefully that should help. Alright, so it's time for a brand new duplicate. Who are we going to have? Oh, here we go. This is going to be a good dupe. Look at all that creativity. And decreased air consumption. Perfect. Welcome to the base, Soulgate, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. So, your skill, right off the bat here, is going to be decorating. So one of the things I think I'm going to do at this point, from here on, is I'm actually going to add like a super dupe over here to the left. And we'll kind of have a super dupe versus our entire colony over here, just to see who can build up faster. Because I think we're kind of at the point here where things are, where I kind of want to focus over here, but I don't know. I think that'll work out a little better. Alright, so there's one more thing that I really need to do over here, and that is to research tanks. So there we have it, a liquid reservoir. That's going to be real important for me if I want to kind of automate our shower and all of this stuff right down here. Lurda, you're not standing on this thing right here. What's up with that? It must be one to the right. That's alright, we're going to move that thing anyhow. The rest of this seems to be in good order down here. Although I think I will need to make even more food. At this point, I think I'm actually going to be reducing the amount of food I have, just because I have a few too many dupes. So I should probably work on a farm, like a real farm. Now, I don't have any slime, so unfortunately I can't do anything with the mushrooms. But I can keep doing little things like this, where I put a little light bulb right here, and then you just kind of plug them in. That way I have naturally growing bristle blossoms. It's kind of a mess, but you know what? At least it works. Can't really complain about that. But remember what I was talking about down here? I kind of want this to be a subway, so let's go ahead and continue to build that up, just so my dupes have somewhere to run and we can kind of get a little bit more organized than what I'm doing here. So we'll mine up this area right down here. Boop. And I'm going to finally build up our little sweepy dock. We'll put it right there. So one of the ideas I have for this base here is to use like automated doors in order to open up floors, and I can drop everything down to kind of the basement level here and sweep it all up like in one continuous area down here. So, you know, so as things get made throughout the day, they can just fall down, and then we sweep it up and we inventory it below. So that way I can make use of a sweepy dock down here. Uh-oh, Lurda. Uh-oh, Lurda. Uh-oh, Lurda. What's going on? Nope, you're alright. Hey, there we go. Little sweepy dock doing his thing. But the poor guy doesn't have anywhere to go here. So we're going to have to deconstruct a little bit here. Get rid of that. We'll dig up this. We'll get rid of that here. Dig this up. And start to copy up some of these settings over here. There we go. So this whole area right down here, this is just going to be where I farm for a little while. Awesome. We got the liquid reservoir researched, so we can go ahead and use that right up here. So now I can start to run my first loop. All right, so here's how I'm going to run this loop. I have clean water. That'll just kind of flow in from over here. So once we get nice clean water, we can let it just flow out, and it'll distribute to wherever it needs to go, right over here. And I'm using insulated sandstone, so it's not really that big of a deal. But I am using insulated lines here when running out of the bathroom and whatnot, because it is about 30 degrees Celsius, and that will heat up the area over time. Insulated pipes will kind of slow that down. All the dirty water will just flow over here to the left. Again, no matter where this is coming from, it's just going to flow right up here, like so, and will find its way into the water sieve. So this thing will clean it up, and it will output nice clean water. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to run this through a little bridge, just like this. That way, if our tank fills up and we have all this clean water, the whole system won't back up. We can give this kind of a spot to overflow. That'll be right there. But since this is priority number 1, we're going to jump over here into the tank and we're good to go. The cool thing about this liquid tank now is that there is actually an automation signal that we could send from this. So once it gets over a certain level, we could do something where we're actually using this extra water and run it to a farm if we wanted to. So if we wanted to put a valve on this line here at some point and kind of offshoot the extra amount, we could do that. But I don't have a use for that just yet. But eventually we could use the extra water that our duplicants produce to feed something like a bristle blossom farm. Now in order to get the bathroom system up and running, I do need to prime it. So we do have a little bit of water down here. I'm just going to go ahead and run a pipe up there and just bring in a little bit of water to the whole thing. Woo! That's not where I wanted it to go. There we go. And this can actually just run in to the same dirty water line, because if clean water passes through the sieve, it just passes through. It doesn't actually run. So that makes it really easy. Then I'm going to fix this little weight plate. We're going to bump that to the right. Seems as if the printing pod is ready. Let's go ahead and check out and see what we have here. Ooh, we've got omelets, a couple of good dupes here. Look at this dupe. Improved strength. Decreased strength. Okay. I'm going to go with the food for this one. Alright, so I think we've made some great progress today. We actually got the washroom just about up and running. Also are really expanding the amount of food that we have down here. And you can also see how the modded side is really quite different, especially since we were able to use the scaffolding. Unfortunately, the whole stairway thing didn't really work as intended, so I might have to play around with that a little bit here. I think in the next episode here, we're going to try to bring in a super dupe and just set them up on the left, see how far they can go all on their own, versus our whole colony over here on the right. I'm starting to feel like things are a little bit more stable, so we'll start to play with 2 bases at the same time. At any rate, that's all I got time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included. If this looks like the channel for you, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out. Alright, so welcome to a little segment here at the end of the video where I answer some questions, maybe read a few things, and just kind of share some things that are going on here. So I think this is pretty cool. A lot of this video was actually recorded, or should we say the video series, game series, play series, whatever we're talking about. It was recorded previously because I was on vacation, kind of in a unique little setup here. So I was working from my laptop, therefore things are a little bit different. You guys were talking about the microphone sound a little bit, and that's just because I'm working off a lavalier mic that's attached to my old headset here. You guys were asking about that as well with the Sweepy video. It's a good way of getting a nice sound out of the headset, although it does pick up on your breathing a lot, so kind of got to keep that in mind. You probably can hear it a few times here. And then like that right there, I know I'm doing it. But let's get into some questions here. What do you guys got? So Renee actually has a pretty good comment here. It says, just one tip for your food dropping door, the thing that was automated there. You should disable lice loaf option for the food box, because as it drops down, you know, your dupes are just going to go down there and actually pick it up and put it into the box after, you know, once it's corrected. Or should we say, once it falls out of the machine, then they're going to pick it up and deliver it down there, which I think is working as intended, but you have a good point here. If we just kind of leave it there, it will automatically fall into a CO2 pit at the end of the cycle, which would save a little bit of time running back and forth, especially if a dupe was really far away and they have a high priority to kind of store things. So I think disabling that would be a good thing. However, I am several cycles into this series already, so you're probably not going to see that implemented, but that is a nice little tip there. So Mirjan asks, at this time, where did all of those containers of CO2 come from? Well, when we actually mirrored, or shall I say, when I mirrored one side from the map to the other, I think all of the oxygen that was inside of the plant might have ended up in the bottles for some odd reason. But that really did come from the copy process. I don't know why, but that's how they showed up. Roxfire was saying, I'm surprised that there isn't a mod that lets you mirror one side from the other. Well, the thing is, this is such a new idea that I don't think really anybody has thought of that. I was actually talking to a fair amount of the modders that kind of are in my Discord, and they're just talking about that being quite difficult. But you know what? Maybe it will be a mod at some point. It is kind of an interesting map design. And in case you're wondering, the save file is down in the description below. I think people are asking about that as well. So if you want to try this map out, you can do that. And you can do it with or without mods. It doesn't really matter. I do have the mod pack down there. I think it's around 51 mods. You don't have to enable all of them. You can kind of pick and choose. And some of them are just kind of used for setup. So there you have it. You can find all of that in the description below. Von Vale has an interesting comment here. It says, one thing you might want to consider for perfect automation is to build your rooms that are 9x4. That has to do with the sweepy arm reach. So if you do that, and if you want to go double high, you can actually do a 9x9 being a perfect square right there. That way the arm can actually reach everything inside of it. Neat little idea, great tip. I'll try to remember it. At any rate, I hope you guys are enjoying this little series here. One thing that I am trying to do a little bit different this time is actually just record for a certain amount of time, anywhere from like 20 cycles, maybe up to 40, as compared to just doing whatever it takes to get to a certain end goal. Because sometimes with 2 bases and all of this stuff, it's just going to be kind of chaos. So keeping it nice and simple and so that I can keep the videos up is kind of what I'm focusing on this time, as compared to always getting to an end goal. It might take a couple episodes to do so, especially with multiple bases going on. As one base slows down, we'll focus on the other base, so on and so forth. It's definitely crazy, and it's going to be a fun ride. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.